Hi, I'm Ayse Hogan, and welcome to this episode of the Chakra House of Healing. I'm here with Jodie Tessier today from Phoenix Fire Hypnosis. Awesome name, and I really want to ask you how you came up with that. Oh, and this is Jasper. Today he's very clingy with Mummy. Jodie, thanks for coming out to the show.
Happy to be here.
And we just met like a couple of days ago. It was so great, and then here you are, and everything is as it's supposed to be.
Yes.
So let's discuss hypnosis and how people view hypnosis who don't know anything about it and what they've seen on TV and on stage and that sort of thing and what it really is.
So I really think that it is the stage and the TV, the Hollywood image of hypnosis that has really brought a bad rep to that name. The actual word hypnosis shouldn't be anything that brings about fear in a person, but the moment they hear that, the thoughts of, I'm out of control, you're going to make me cluck like a chicken, those feelings immediately come up for someone who's not versed in what hypnosis actually is.
Right.
So we really have to work on getting rid of that stigma, getting rid of what people think they know about hypnosis,
Right.
and reteaching them about the modern hypnosis. This is not your mother's hypnosis.
That's right.
We're bringing it to a whole new level because we're actually able to bring therapy to it now.
That's right.
Yeah.
And I like it because you're able to mix it with other modalities.
Oh, yes.
And make those modalities work even better, which was crazy too. So I already know the answer to this question, but I'm going to ask you. So how does hypnosis work?
Hypnosis is simply relaxing the mind and body so much so that it can bring a single focus to one thing. Normally it's your breathing or my voice if I was the one guiding you. And when we can get into that deep relaxation, that single focus mindset, the rest of the world just fades away.
Right.
So when we get into hypnosis itself, because you are so focused on something, you are susceptible. We almost bring you back to when you were a child and everything you were listening to, observing, you were learning and adapting to your environment. It's a survival mode. We put you back into that so you can update yourself.
And relearning.
And relearning.
Relearning. And I think that the interesting thing about hypnosis is that we're speaking to the subconscious mind. And I always, when I'm speaking to somebody, I find myself sometimes when I'm explaining it, talking about the subconscious mind almost like it's a separate entity. I don't mean to be doing it, but I'm always like, I'm speaking to you right now with what we call the critical mind. We're having a conversation. And then at some point I get you so relaxed where I'm accessing your subconscious mind, which is like your hard drive. It knows every single thing about you.
Everything.
Right? And we're able to create what I call like new highways. So you know when you're up in a plane and you can sort of look down and see that jumble of highways and stuff and pathways, to be able to tear down some of those roads and put road closed signs up and create new roads, right? So for example, one of the examples I use is, let's say every time you're stressed, you want to eat an Oreo cookie.
Yeah.
Right? So this is a road that you have created over time. It's like stress equals Oreo cookie, stress equals Oreo cookie. And now what we're going to do is say stress equals bike riding. You know, just which is a conversation you've already had with the client. So stress equals bike riding. Forget about the Oreo cookie.
Yes.
It equals bike riding. So we're creating a new road and almost putting up a road closed, detour, whatever sign on this old road. And it's really fantastic how you're able to do that, and subconscious is helping you to do that.
Oh, yes. The subconscious mind's sole purpose is to keep you safe and to give everything to your very best benefit. But just like those pathways you talked about, so many of those are created in our past. So when that creation of stress and eating an Oreo is created, and every time afterwards you ate an Oreo when you were stressed, it just gets stronger and stronger and stronger until you don't even realize you're stressed and you're already eating an Oreo because the pathway is there for you.
That's right.
But the brain loves substitutes. So like you said, let's create a new road, much less traveled, so you will have to practice it to make it stronger.
And hypnosis is repetition.
That's what it's all about. Repetition in time, I think, creates all things in us.
Right.
So if you can repeat it for a long enough time, it will give you the results you're looking for.
Right. The new pathways are in there.
Yes.
So Phoenix Fire.
Phoenix Farms.
Phoenix Farms. I've said that totally wrong. So Phoenix Farms. How did you come up with the name of Phoenix Farm?
Well, actually, I'll be honest, I stole it from my husband. So he had a company in his past, and it was called Phoenix Farms because his house burned down when he was in his youth. And our intention is in the future to rebuild a farm-like environment where we can invite people to come and reinvent themselves through hypnotherapy and just learning new things, a retreat of sorts. And with Phoenix, it is the mythological creature that you can recreate yourself.
That's right.
Endless times over. I tell my clients, each and every morning you wake up, you have the opportunity to be a brand new you.
Right. And it's true. Better and better.
Better and better.
Yep. So how did your path, like what made you choose hypnosis?
I almost say hypnosis chose me in a way.
Okay.
I think like so many people out there, life doesn't change for us until that pinnacle moment where you have to change. For me, it was an accident several years ago.
Okay.
That challenge in my life took away everything that I thought I knew about myself. So I had to rebuild. And as I was rebuilding, I found out that if I've gone through it, then I can help others go through it. But first I had to get over this terrifying, paralyzing fear of the dark. So I sought out hypnosis for myself.
Right.
And the way that the woman described it to me just clicked. It was all about that neural pathway, one and the other. And mine was so strong that it needed to be severed and it needed to be gone out of my life. And it was something so simple.
So when you talk about now this fear of this darkness, and it came from a traumatic experience in your life.
It did.
And just to sort of give the people watching an example, how long did it take you, how many sessions to get rid of the fear of that darkness? One session.
Because when we involve ourselves in hypnosis, especially when it comes to fears, we go to the past event. We go to that traumatic event that created it. Now, mine was when I was 4 years old. So think about how little knowledge and experience I had as a 4-year-old. Something could be so scary to me, but to my adult eyes, it's not nearly as scary.
Right.
So we change the perception, that we update the brain to go, I know that was scary when you were young, but look, it's just dark. There's nothing here.
And that's a very good point that you make. Because when we remember things from our childhood, whether we were 3, 4, 6, 10, whatever, we actually remember it with that child's mind.
Yes.
But inside our adult brain. So we're not actually processing that memory as an adult. We're processing it as that 10-year-old.
That's right.
So it's actually being able to go back, sort of see that event again, but now in your own eyes. First as the child, so you can understand it,
Yep.
and then as the adult, so that you can heal it.
That's
And
right.
I mean, it's simple terms, but we're able to do that like really, really quickly.
Really quickly.
So it's just, it's awesome. Like people
It's
go to
beyond.
other types of therapies and things, and they sometimes deal with things for years and years and years for something that could be taken care of. And I do a lot of 5-session packages because I go very deep into a lot of different things.
Yes.
But fears, 1, 2 sessions,
And it's
done.
gone. And this is something that has caused someone so much drama and unfortunate for them to have to continue and think that there is no other way for them to resolve it. Yet they have that power in their mind, and they always have. It's just finding it and learning to use it.
And wanting to change it. That is key.
The want, the intention has to be there.
Right. So what makes hypnotherapy different than traditional therapy? And I think we just touched on that. It's the speed. It's dealing with not just talking about things over and over and over and over again until you beat a dead horse and kill the topic, but actually doing the healing as it arises.
Yes.
So as I realize, even when clients come to see me, that sometimes in the first few sessions they edit themselves. They're not really telling me everything, or they forgot some things. And they come up later, and we start dealing with those things as they come up. And you're not opening a wound and then sending them home with that open wound.
Never.
You're opening it and you're closing it and you're healing it and you're disassociating from it, and you're just you feel so much better about it. That same wound that maybe made you cry or made you scared or made you not want to face life is all of a sudden just like a movie you're watching.
It's never really the problem. It's
Right.
our attitude about the problem.
Right.
So if we can change our attitude about it, then we'll find that we can tap into that natural calmingness all the time.
Right, true enough.
But that talk therapy, it's time consuming, it's expensive, and all the while your conscious mind is still involved. Your conscious mind is filled with fears and doubts and worries.
Right.
So we just put that to the background, let it take a well-deserved break, and in your subconscious mind, you're open.
Right, definitely. We have to head to a Zen break. We're going to come back and talk about this some more. Heading to a Zen break.
Hi, I'm Ian Wybrow with Lift to the Max. Today, infants are born with over 200 toxins in their umbilical cords. Most diseases are the result of toxins, oxidative stress, or cellular inflammation. Glutathione is your body's natural defense mechanism. It is produced in every single cell of your body. It removes the toxins, it relieves oxidative stress and cellular inflammation. If you are sick, or your immune system is compromised, or you're simply aging, you are producing too little glutathione. Celgevity has been tested and approved by Health Canada to raise glutathione, which promotes good health and allows your body to heal itself. In fact, Celgevity raises glutathione more than any other product. If you are suffering from pain or inflammation, or you're simply getting old, you don't need to suffer in silence anymore. Contact me to find out how you can purchase Celgevity and take back control of your health and your life. Live healthier, live happier, live longer, live to the max.
Hi, welcome back to the Zen Break. I hope you enjoyed it. We're here with Jodie Tessier from Phoenix Farm Hypnosis. I got it right this time. Okay, so tell me a little bit more about the retreat that you'd like to see, the end game, because our end game is pretty much the same end game.
We do have similar goals in that regard.
Yeah.
It's just, why can't there be a place where someone can go to, build a rapport with the people who are there, but not only work on themselves, but work on what it is they plan to do with their own life, to find their purpose. I mean, you have clients coming to you for hypnosis. How did you get into it?
In my own spiritual journey, I felt like I had done a lot of Reiki, which was helping shift my energy. And if anyone has been following my journey along, we've talked about it a lot, is what I had reached a point where I was, I won't say suicidal, but I was just tired and not wanting to wake up anymore. And all my past, I think my father's death kind of was the instigator there and brought a lot of feelings to the surface of things that I'd been just pushing down.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden there was this void where my father was and everything else started coming up. And I just found myself angry and not wanting to deal with life anymore and couldn't understand this day-to-day, the same thing, feeling this pain all the time. And so I went to Reiki. My option was Reiki or don't wake up anymore. That was kind of where I was. And so I chose the Reiki.
Good.
And it really, really changed my energy a lot. And I was liking it, but there was still this piece of my pain, like that I hadn't let go of yet. I was clearing energy and blockages and all of that sort of thing, but there was still the memories. And the more I would think about them, because they were part of my everyday life, I was just backtracking all the time. And I couldn't let them go because the pain had become so familiar. The pain was a part of me. It was like an appendage. It was like asking me to cut off my arm. So through hypnosis, I was able to shed everybody's issues and garbage that had dumped all over me my whole life and just go and take it off. And for the first time, when I opened my eyes from the session, I was like, I remember looking at my hands and stuff and feeling like I wasn't even wearing my own skin because the feeling was so unfamiliar to me. It was, I felt like I was looking through the mask of a Halloween mask, like through the eyes, the eye slits. I couldn't understand what I was seeing and feeling. It felt good, and I felt light, and I felt free, and I was like, what is this? And it took me like 15 minutes of sitting there just to reorient myself, like to fit into this new skin. I felt like I was needing to morph, like shapeshift into this new skin. And it was awesome. And it's been with me ever since. And I also did metaphysical. So I wanted to help some other people doing the same thing that I had done. So I'd already become certified in my Reiki. Then I decided, okay, if this worked for me, it will work for others as well. And I want to do this for other people. Yeah. So I went and got my certification, and I got my metaphysical certification too, because past life regression took me the last big step of the journey, because hypnosis brought me so far, Reiki brought me so far, but there were still questions that I couldn't deal with in this life. And past life regression took me to the rest of it. I was able to answer the rest of the questions. So I've got my certification in that as well. So I was able to then do these 3 modalities, and with the shaman work that I do as well, has become what I do for other people.
You've combined them.
I've combined it, and I've combined them in a healing that I now call twist. Right? So it's traditional Wiccan and integrated shamanic technique. So it's a way of each healing having Reiki in it, having hypnosis in it, having some shaman journeying in it. So each session being customized for that person and what they're going through, so that we are touching on all of the topics. We are doing some past life shifting. We are doing some regression work. We are doing, some hypnosis and dealing with right now, changing some behaviors. And we are doing some journeying and finding out about our guides and finding out about our power animals and all of that as well. And just doing stuff like what I call DNR, which is dismemberment and rememberment, like actually bringing themselves, sounds kind of weird, but almost disintegrating them into the earth to bone, and then bringing them back again to the point where, but when they come back, they leave all the garbage behind into the earth. Like, they don't bring the pain.
Much like the phoenix.
Right? They don't bring the stuff that they don't want. And all of that is then replaced with a beautiful, loving light. So it's just, I love putting it all together, and I love mixing it all up. And hypnosis and Reiki and all of that is just, they're so easy to combine together and work so well together that I absolutely adore it. I love doing it every single day, and everybody's story is different. And it's like watching, like a fairy tale.
You have no idea
or a story
what's going to come.
Yeah, it's
No
awesome.
idea.
It's awesome. And it allows, and all of the healings allow you to think on your feet, because you never know when you open a door for someone what is going to walk out of that door. So you have to be very much on your feet, understanding, ready to handle anything, and giving that person the support that they need. Right?
And that's what they're looking for. They need that support to know that they're not in this alone, and that they are here for a purpose. But do you find yourself going into hypnosis with the client?
I get very relaxed into it, but I am very much about them during that moment. Like, there's nothing about me in the room. So I'm very much in tune with them, with their energy, and I'm ready. Because sometimes, as you know, when we go into past traumatic situations, some emotion can come out.
Oh, yes.
Maybe they're crying, they're getting upset, or at that moment something is happening. And if you can actually apply Reiki to the energy that's happening in the past, it will actually affect what they can bring forward now.
In the present.
So I just have to be really in tune with what's happening to them at that moment. So hypnosis is awesome, and I'm so glad that you were here, that I could talk about this with you, because I talk about a lot of different holistic healings that I don't know that much about. So it's wonderful to get educated, but it's nice to have a conversation and really talk about what we do. So that's awesome too. Thank you so much for coming out.
Thank you for having me.
And we will have your contact information available.
Absolutely.
So if you guys want to contact Jodie, she's got such a sweet voice, right? Like, that voice could just put you under. She almost put me into trance. So thank you so much for coming out again. Thank you for coming to the Chakra House of Healing. I'd like to thank our sponsors. You can catch this show on Vimeo, on YouTube, on the Big Book of Beauty and Health Local, and of course on all of our social media. Be sure to put in your comments. Be sure to send me if you'd like to see or learn about a modality that maybe you're looking into and want some more information on. I'd be happy to find out about that for you, or have a guest come in and explain it to you. If you're a healer and want to be a guest on the show, please contact me. Thanks a lot for coming out. See you again next time.